So these were really fun to make. I had was using some paper for a larger book, and then I found some other papers. And so I thought it'd be really fun to make a couple of paper doll traveler's journals. So I just went ahead and did that. These have sari silk on the outside, and this one comes with this doll that I thought would go together so nicely with that. And then this one comes with different colors. And I'll just flip through really fast. So there's the silk and there's the doll that goes with that. And I'm not sure actually how many pages are with them. I'll count those up and put them in the Etsy description. But it's watercolor paper, and that's usually my base for when I sew material or fiber for a cover. And they're just, everything is just sewn in with one wax thread. And I was really getting into the whole belly band idea. I didn't do that super much on here, but definitely will be following, I think, that idea. But just mostly the papers were fun, and so I wanted to try using different papers and and tucking in more paper doll dresses and trying, well, I've made a lot of traveler's journals, but again, the paper just inspired me to keep going and make something a little smaller than the big books. And I have a lot of the botanical paper, nice colors that I thought went with the paper dolls and the colors that are in the costume book. And then some other paper I had, handmade paper that I had. So putting that all together. This is a really old book, I think from 1932 or something, about using ribbon and making things with ribbon. It's really neat, very in good condition too. So I used a few of those pages. And just sewing on some pockets. This is some paper I had from a previous book that I'd made. I think I have a little more paper still, but nice bright color. And again, lots of paper doll clothing, different period costumes, and then some more of this ribbon art book. I think it is from 1932 or 1936, now I can't remember. On the side of the book it did say, and this can go on her head. It's all vintage. I think everything in here is authentic, so it's of course thin, different texture papers, and again, I didn't want to tuck the paper doll stuff in too much because I didn't want anything to rip. And this is in good condition, but you can feel how smooth the paper is, and that would probably rip pretty easy. And then I didn't end up tucking anything in here because I liked this picture. And I love the botanical pages. So, and I did, you don't have to, you can kind of do it that way. I kind of liked kind of pressing that in and making a little fold, because that ends up making a little packet. And then I thought the colors were pretty fun. And then you can tie that or tuck it in. So there's that. And this other one has similar papers, just a little bit of a different color theme. Otherwise, very similar. And it has this dress. And these are tucked in. And some dresses and a little hat that could go on her head. Same thing, otherwise it's watercolor paper and handmade paper, and then this is a vintage clip for your hair. I think they both have 2 airmail envelopes, and these papers with, that's a history of costumes actually. And then the ribbon art book paper. And then this nice see-through pattern paper. And I think that's tucked in, but that's sewn on. This is a super fun one in the middle. Love that car. Old lamps. Lingerie. Oh, and this is a belly band. I didn't stick anything in there. Maybe I'll do that. I really was getting in. I think I'm going to experiment with belly bands next. I'm not totally sure if that will happen. Hats. And then this paper is from a Jane Austen book. You can see Austen there. Just has a nice texture, and I thought it was a good one to include. Little German page. Little vintage ledger paper. And again, this could be tucked in there, but I did like the whole idea of pressing that in and doing a little, doing a little tuck in there. Actually, these I wanted to make sure shifted in so they didn't rip. And then she's up there. And then let's see, wrapping those. Maybe we'll just go like this for now. And those are the 2.